In the Kitchen with Dominique, guys. We are back. It has been an amazing holiday season. I've been racking my mind with just different recipes to present to you guys today. And today is the day that I want to show you guys how to make turkey and dumplings, guys. It is my spin on your normal chicken and dumplings recipe. But today I am inspired because, let's face it, we have so much leftover meat from the holidays, from parties that we're going to, and we don't want that to go to waste. We want to use it. And I thought, what better way to remix all these things that we're coming in contact with than doing your chicken and dumpling or your turkey and dumpling recipe. Let's get started and show you how we're going to do it. Okay, so the first step that we are going to do is we are going to saute some onions, garlic, fennel, celery, and carrots, guys. I have in my large pot right here some olive oil going on some medium heat. First, we're going to add our onions. This is about half of an onion, guys. We're going to get this going. And then I have a bunch of garlic and fennel. I have like about 5 cloves of garlic and about 1/3 of a bulb of fennel. I'm gonna get this going. And then I have some celery and carrots that are rough chopped. And I didn't want to cut the carrots and celery too much because I want to make sure that we can see the veggies in it. You know, when you're making soup, oftentimes people cut them too small. And then you're like, where are the veggies in the soup? It totally defeats the purpose of having vegetables in your soup. So we have this going in a medium high, between like medium and high is perfect. Some olive oil. So this may look like a bunch or too much thyme sprigs, but you want this to be herbaceous. It's the holidays. We want that herb filling. And I have just some baby bay leaves. I don't want too much bay leaf, just a little bit. A lot of time, we're not going to take our time to take the thyme leaves off here. We're just going to keep them on the stems and fish it out later, guys. So once that's going, I'm going to add a little bit more olive oil and get that going. And one way to speed up the process for when you are rendering some veggies is seasoned salt or regular salt. Garlic powder to reinforce that garlic taste that we got from the garlic cloves. And some pepper. All right, so let's talk about what we have in the pot. Olive oil, fennel, onion, garlic, some celery, and carrot. So a lot of people have been telling me that they don't know what fennel is. Fennel is in like the onion vegetable section. And what it tastes like a lemon and a licorice had a baby. And it is the most like bomb taste ever. It adds a level of freshness to your food. It's good if you don't want to use too much onion. Sometimes a lot of onions are overpowering in things. Fennel is a good way to replace the heavy onion taste that you get. And it adds like this lemony freshness to things that I love. So this is going in our pan right here. So let's talk about all those leftovers that you have. And you just want to use it and forget about it. In this foil that I have right here, you have some seared leftover meat that you had from the holidays, and you just want to tint it in some foil. Put a little bit of water in it. Whatever your leftover food meat is, put water in it, tint it, and pop it in the oven on 450 degrees for about 30 minutes. And what you want is you want all these juices that came out of the meat in there. You want all that, the flavor from the bone, the skin, the fat, all that to come out in the chicken or your turkey. Okay, so now we are going to make our dumpling dough that we're going to spoon over the top of the soup once it's almost ready. First, we are going to add 1 cup of flour. Let's do 1.5 cups of flour. We like dumplings. And then we're going to add 1 teaspoon of baking powder. And about 1/8 of a teaspoon, or yeah, about 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. Not too much salt because it's going to take on the flavor of the broth. And we're going to add a few shakes of pepper. And we're going to stir this. Let it dry first. This is 3 tablespoons of butter and a splash of milk. I'll be right back. And now we're going to add a splash of milk. Okay. Mix this up. And once it starts to form, that's when I add the parsley. About mid-mix. I'm going to add a handful of chopped parsley. And you just add a splash of milk at first. You see how it comes together. And then if you need more, then you add more. And it's okay if there's large chunks of parsley. Remember, we are going to add it to the soup. So once it cooks out, it is going to dissolve a little bit. All right, so that is about the consistency that you want. That's perfect. Perfect. So when it starts to form together, that's how you know it's good to go. Once it turns to like a big old glob, kind of. All right, now back to the soup. So this is perfect. We are going to turn this off and add our meat. And add our meat. And the juices. And we're going to fill it up with water. Okay, so I filled up the pot with water. And we're going to give this a quick stir. And as you can see, the meat is still whole. Okay, so we're going to wait 30 minutes and then we're going to put the frozen peas and dumplings on and it'll be done. Okay, guys, so in here I have my chicken that is boiling away that we pre-seared, or, like we said before, you can use whatever turkey, meat, whatever it is that you have that's left over from the holiday dinner before. We have carrots, celery, onions, garlic, and fennel, and a bunch of thyme that we have going in our pot with our bay leaf. And then we added some water. We let that boil for about 30 minutes. I am going to turn this off and take our chicken out, and then we're gonna shred it on our plate. And it should be so tender from letting it pre-steam, you know, let some more of those juices flow out and run throughout. And the last little baby, come on. It's so tender, like I can like feel it kind of bouncing a little bit, and that's what we want. So right here, look at that. Comes off perfectly. Kind of remove the skin really quick. Look at that, guys. And you don't want to remove too much, you know, kind of like if it's like that, it's perfectly fine. Put it back in the pot. We just want to loosen it up. You know, we want that bone to stay intact. We, you know, a lot of flavor comes from the bone. Believe it or not, that's where a lot of the tenderness for the meat comes from. That's why, if you notice, when you are making a steak, or you know, you have your chicken breast, oftentimes if there's no bone attached to the meat, for some reason it lacks tenderness. So that's why I believe in keeping the bone in. So we're just going to loosen that up by the meat or by the bone, and then put that back in there. And take the skin off, put that aside. Nobody likes skin in their soup. Now we're going to put this on medium. And let's remove that skin. Okay, so we're almost done. This is so perfect. It's been so nasty lately or let's not call rain nasty. Let's say it's been cozy weather. It's been raining. It's been cold outside. And I think this is perfect balance from your usual 15 item plate that you have for the holidays. I call this your get back, come back type of meal. You know, you're tired of all the carbs and all the sides and stuff, and you're just stuffed, and you just need something to balance out the situation. Make this, and it's good. If your kids have a cold, someone's sick, make this, and it's perfect. All right. All right, so we have all the meat in here. Let's give this a quick stir. We're going to leave those thyme sprigs in. You know, and if you notice, look at, if I lift up the thyme, a lot of the leaves have come off already. And then we just have to fish it out. That saved us probably like 15, 20 minutes of sitting there and taking it off. You know, we save time with time. So now we're going to go to the freezer, grab our frozen peas and spoon in our dumplings. And then 12 minutes later, you have soup. Okay. Oops. Come on, open bag. There we go. You want to add a whole pack of, oh, they're popping out. Okay. So we just added 1 bag of frozen peas. Give that a quick mix. And then comes the dumplings part. This is the magic. So you're going to get your spoon and look at how much we have. Believe it or not, that is going to double, maybe triple after it's cooked. spoon a little bit in there, spoon it in. And we're going to put this on medium high. Grab another spoonful, spoon it in there. You just keep going. And it's going to kind of go to the bottom, but that baking powder that we put in there is going to allow it to rise, and it's going to pop up and kind of magically appear on the top. This is so good. I love any kind of meat and dumpling soup. This one's a big one. Let's kind of break that one up just like that. Okay. And almost done. Let's put some baby ones in there, some not so big ones. See how many dumplings we're getting out of that? And I like it when they're kind of like funky shaped instead of all like perfectly sized. I think that adds to the rusticness. Is rusticness the word? Or can we just say rustic? What are we going to say? Let's decide. Leave a comment on this video if we can figure out if rusticness is a word or not. We'll figure it out. So as you can see already, look at what's happening. They're already puffing up. And that those thyme sprigs are coming on here, and it's going to be like mini cloudy biscuits on the top. So we are going to put our top on, and 12 minutes later, we got perfectly good, warm, fuzzy, cozy soup for your family. See you in a second. All right, it is ready. We have our meat and dumpling, chicken and dumpling, turkey and dumpling, whatever you did, and dumpling. It's ready. Let's open this up and look at those super cute dumplings that rose to the top. That is exactly what you want. We got my ladle here, got my bowl. We're going to plate this up or bowl it up, and we're going to eat it. And I'm so excited. So now I'm going to garnish with a lot of parsley. I'm going to garnish the actual soup. And then we got our little bowl here. First, what I like to do is get some of the chicken and the veggies. And then kind of make sure I got a little bit more veggies. And put that bone in too. Oh, and then let's find some of the dumplings. Come here. Look at how good that dumpling looks. Oh my God. Before we finished this, we just went in and took those sprigs of thyme out. And we were done. Oh my God. You guys, I mean, this is exactly what I wanted to achieve. And we did it. I'm going to take some more parsley and just go crazy at the top. All right, guys, so now it's time to taste it. And one thing I forgot to mention is that the dumplings provide kind of like a thickener for your broth, which is so amazing. It makes the broth kind of like a creamy kind of finish to it that is just so delicious and amazing. And the way I like to eat it, like on before, is I like to get some meat, some carrot, and some of that dumpling with the parsley in it. And I'm going to try not to burn my mouth. I'm going to taste it. That is exactly what I wanted. Perfect. Seasoned perfectly. The dumplings came out perfect. Perfect. I'm ready to get my blanket, cuddle up with my kids, eat some soup, stay warm, make this, guys. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, share, all that stuff. Be inspired and make this. Happy holidays. In the kitchen with Dominique, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Bye-bye. Came out good.